Hello and welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Subscribers are trickling in every day. I get notifications. So thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for those who have already been connected to the channel. Thank you for continuing to support. I really appreciate it. It does help when you share the videos to help other people find the content so that they can connect and continue to interact on the channel. I just want to give a quick story time. Yesterday, I went to an event. Just as I was at the event, it's and things like that. Um, it's it's a transition. It's a transition. I think it's one thing to kind of like uh go somewhere and be all dolled up, but just your everyday life, it's a little bit different. So I was feeling good. And then I started to feel kind of bad. I started to feel intimidated and small, or I don't know. I just started to feel like just a little bit of social anxiety, a little bit of imposter syndrome, um, a little bit of loneliness, just being around a lot of people and I don't know anybody. I literally don't know anyone. Um, and it's hard, when people all have little cliques and there's groups of people who know each other and I don't know anyone. And you're just like, how do you get in where you fit in? And I was started to feel sad. Maybe like 2 weeks ago, I went somewhere because my daughter really wanted to go out. Like, if I would have had my way, I would have just stayed in the bed and moped around all day. But, I had to leave the house because she was tired of being cooped up. But I was just so sad. I just sat in my little corner with my little salty attitude and put my sunglasses on and moped and pouted. And it was just, wasn't in a good, I wasn't in a good mood at all. But anywho, and I kind of felt myself, like yesterday, I felt myself slipping back into that. And I really just thought to myself, well, listen, I really can do that. I have every right to go sit down over there in the area that I had staked out at this festival. I can go over there. I could sit down and I can mope and I can cry. I could feel sorry about myself. I can do all those things because I can do them. Or I could not. I could not. Also, that is a possibility. Um, it don't matter how I got here. I am here, and it doesn't matter if I don't have what all these people have. I still kind of have a lot, relatively speaking, and I have enough. Nobody knows what I have or what I don't know. I know what I have. So it's really up to me to feel the way I want to feel about what I have and who I am. It's not easy to get here, but I managed to get here. I managed to get here. So it is by no small feat that I'm here. I'm legitimately here. I'm here through my own efforts. I'm here through diligence. I'm here through focus because this is what I decided to do. So so it's not a mistake to be somewhere that you intended to be. So obviously, if I am where I intend to be, I belong here. So here I am. And everything that I have can be improved upon. Everything can be improved upon. Everything can grow and can expand. But here I am today and I have what I have. It is what it is. And I thought to myself, I don't know anyone here. I don't know anyone here. And if anybody were interested in speaking to me, who, if I go and sit down and cry and feel sorry about myself, who would want to talk to me? Or if I allow myself to have a good time, enjoy the music, it's a beautiful day. This is an absolutely gorgeous environment that I'm in. And I'm in this gorgeous environment because I intended to do so. It's not by accident. This has all been a part of my plan. I have the option to enjoy this beautiful environment, enjoy, family function, enjoy this music, explore all that is available here. And I think if I'm having a good time and enjoying myself, I will more likely meet someone. And then that's it. I really, that was my attitude and I started to feel better. I started to enjoy myself. I felt much better. I moseyed over to another area of this um I moseyed over to another area of this event, and this woman comes up to me and she's like, "Hey, I think I recognize you. Think I've seen you before." And she just starts chatting me up. And then she's like, "Well, what do you do?" And I tell her, she's like, "Oh, yeah, well, I'm a doctor at such and such hospital system." And I was talking to her and I was like, I'm not going to bombard you with a lot of questions because she was an endocrinologist. It's like, I'm not going to bombard you with a lot of questions, but I have been thinking about going to go see an endocrinologist, for some issues I was having. She was like, "Oh, it's okay. I hear that all the time. We're just talking about our children. Our children are around the same age as mine." And then she saw another one of her doctor friends who was a surgeon at the same hospital system. And she came over and started chatting with her. And she had a child, I think a year or two behind mine. And then there was another woman who they knew who was also a doctor and started chatting it up with her, and it was just great. We chatted for a while um and I'm sure I'll see them around again. And then I went back over to my area, and then my daughter saw someone that was in her class. So I waved at her mother and it's like, "Hi," smiled, and I waved at her, and I just was hanging out, enjoying myself, and she came over to talk to me. Well, turns out she went to my same high school. This woman went to my same high school. So we could really connect on that. Um, we don't meet a lot of people that graduated from our high school. So she was just really stoked to have somebody around that went to our high school. And so she and I chatted about that, and she was into like dermat oh God, what can I say this? Dermatologic pharma cells. I don't know if that's the right way to say it, but basically she sells like dermatology products to like estheticians and um dermatologists, plastic surgeons, um, people like that. And and I know she's doing really well because I could tell. So most of the people I know who are really good at pharma sales, they make really good money in pharma sales. She and I talked a while about a lot of stuff. And again, I think she was just really stoked to meet someone who went to our high school. So she and I actually exchanged numbers. Our daughters are the same age. And so, there it goes, and hung out. And it was just ended up being a lovely night. And, you know, it really just, I think everything that transpired after I made the conscious decision that I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to enjoy the environment that I strive to be in. I am, I do belong and I can enjoy my life with whatever I have. And I also thought to myself, how do things grow? How do things grow? How do things magnify? And I think that they grow by being grateful for what you have through gratitude and appreciation. Appreciating everything that you have. And I also thought to myself about managing what you have. Handle the money that you do have. Be diligent about the money that you do have. Be mindful. Make the proper investments, make the proper savings. Um, just manage your money. How can you expect to have $1 million if you cannot manage $100? You have to be able to manage $100 wisely. You have to be diligent about it, or else you're not going to be in a position to receive any more money. And if you do receive it, you won't have it long. So I thought to myself, I can do an even better job with what I have. I can do an even better job. I can log on. There are some maneuvers that I need to make financially. There are some maneuvers that I need to make. So I can be investing my time in that. There's no need in sulking and feeling bad about what you don't have. Oh, these people have more than me. Oh, this person has more than me. Oh, these people, all of them, they're doing well. This is da 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 da. Yeah, sure. But also, I just realized that my path is my path, and I am the one to walk my path. I don't think it would be beneficial to compare myself to other people who are not walking my path. Good morning. Good morning. It can become very overwhelming when you're comparing yourself to other people because you see they have so much, they have a seemingly perfect family. Oh, everything looks amazing. Well, you really don't know what's going on with people you don't know. And also, if you're worried about that, then you're not going to be worried about your own self and what you need to do. That's what I had to tell myself. Doesn't matter what is going on in anybody's life. I need to enjoy my life. I need to enjoy my life. I need to appreciate what I have. Just coming from a place of uh, not being grateful, you're never going to get more. Oh, everybody has this or that type of car, and I have a this or that type of car. Oh, they have that handbag, but I have this handbag. Oh, they have this, but I only have that. Yeah, maybe all that's true, and maybe I will want one of those cars, or maybe I won't. Who knows? I will cross that bridge when I get to it. It's not about how many luxury items you have, and it's not about, yeah, it's not about that. It's about enjoying what you have, really enjoying and appreciating what you have at every level. I think if you're committed to expanding and growing, you're going to get more. But why feel bad about what you have? I feel to feel good about what I have today. Because I know I'm on the path and I need energy and I need the momentum to continue going because I'm on the cusp of growing some very, important things that need to grow. And I need a positive attitude. I need a consistent attitude. I have to just get up and go through the steps every day. If this thing is going to get to the next level, I have to get up every day and continue. pushing everything forward. I don't have, you know, if I just feeling sorry for myself is not going to help in any way. That's why I decided not to do it. I knew that I could do it and I had wanted to do it. I thought about it, but look at this. Look at all this beauty. Look at all these people that care about the environment. Look how safe I am. Like, I have to just be grateful, show gratitude for what I have. Because I believe anything that you pay attention to will grow. You want to focus on your money will grow because you'll start thinking about ways to make it, ways to save it, ways to invest, and ways to make money without any effort. It's what I'm always thinking about. How can I get some money that can grow without effort, that can continue to grow without effort? You know, dividends and interest, those kinds of things. So if you're feeling sorry for yourself, your mind is so clouded, you don't even have time to think about bettering yourself, you know? You don't even have time because you're so overwhelmed. And I know for me, it's like I have every right to feel sorry for myself. Like I have all the right elements. Oh, this thing happened and that thing happened and da 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 da, and this person is not there and not helping me, and no one's helping me, and no one's helping me. But you just have to think about who is helping you though. Think about it. Who's helping you? Who's helpful in your life? Who's helpful? Focus on those people. Who's helpful? Who's loving? Who pours into you? There may be people who should be helping who aren't, but dwelling on the fact that, and keep saying, I think also with the words too, which is why I try to be very mindful about how words are used, because I just think that they can solidify energy. So if you keep saying, no one's helping me, no one's helping me, no one's helping me, I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm alone, well, you know, that tends to kind of start settling in. Because equally, you could think about the people who are helping you. Yesterday, unexpectedly, I came home, I was going to check the mail, and I saw an Amazon package on the door, and I looked inside. Usually they'll have like a little gift receipt, a little gift message. And there was no gift message. And I was like, I think this came from my sister. It was a book for my daughter. And I assumed, so I texted her this morning. I was like, hey, did you send her a book via Amazon? She's like, yeah, I did. My friend wrote that book. I was like, oh, wow, thank you. She started reading it last night. So, so with that particular situation, sometimes like if I think about her father's absence and his family's absence and inadequacies, can feel very frustrating, infuriating, sad, uh, a range of emotions. But if I think about everyone who is helping, it's useful. It could just be little things here and there, getting her a book, you know. uh, an extracurricular class, a dress, um, pictures for picture day, an outfit for school, calling her, and um, video chatting with her or coming to her birthday. Um, just those kinds of things. There are, I have friends and family that do those things. I have friends and family that love on her, and the people at her school do too. So, there's love coming in. And so I just want to be appreciative of it because it also feels like if you're just focused on the one person that's not doing their job, you just kind of ignore the people who are loving on your child or loving on you. And it's like, oh, well, no matter what they do, you're still going to be focused on this one person who's not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you're not seeing and feeling and accepting and appreciating what is happening. That does help. It does help. It helps me. It helps me to reframe the way I think about that and not to dwell on the people who aren't doing their job, who aren't, you know, I try to focus on the love that is coming in and really appreciate it because everything that anybody ever does for my child is really just it's really just pure love because they're not obligated to do anything for me or my child. They're doing it out of love. Love for me and love for her, and I really do appreciate it. Everything. I really do appreciate my sister sending me that book. I really appreciate it. Daisy says, I have perspective on things. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, gratitude and appreciation, and I think just living in the moment, looking around you and deciding um, what you want to appreciate, you know. 'Cause it's just like, seeing a lot of mega mansions and, you know, you're like, I'm so far away from that. But also, I mean, I'm also in a pretty good place. Like, I'm comfortable. Honestly, like, I'm comfortable. And I think about, this is a great launching pad for anywhere you want to go. Anywhere you want to go. This is a great setup to launch off into a variety of things. So, yes, ladies, gratitude, attitude, okay? Gratitude and attitude can really help. And just deciding how you want to feel about something, deciding how you want to feel about something, it really does work with I want to say with an asterisk mark sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does. So you might as well just try it, just try it and see how it goes. And I've talked on this channel about networking. I've talked about freestyling, putting yourself in a position to meet affluent men and things like that, affluent people in general. And, usually I'm pretty confident, but sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I feel self conscious Sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't have the right bag, I don't have the right shoes, I don't, oh my gosh, like I'm overdressed, I'm underdressed, I don't know anyone, or I feel awkward. All those things happen, but what I do is just kind of decide to do it anyway, regardless of if I feel self-conscious or not. I just decide to do it anyway. Because sometimes I think if you go where you're comfortable, um you're not gonna get more in life. If you only go where you're comfortable, only where you don't feel like you have to push yourself, you don't you're not gonna expand. In a healthy level, sometimes you just kind of have to go where you're a little bit uncomfortable so that you can get comfortable or get a mission accomplished, the mission that you set out for that day, the intention that you set out for that day. Sometimes you have to be, able to work through being uncomfortable, self-conscious, doubtful, social anxiety. The cure to social anxiety is not staying in your home. It only makes it worse. You know, you have to tackle social anxiety by going to a social environment and you feel anxiety inside of you and you have to breathe through it. You have to breathe through it. And then after you breathe through it, you have to tell your brain, see there, I didn't die. See there, I'm still alive. See there, I'm okay. I'm okay. Because your brain tells you that if you go to a social environment, you're gonna just, you know, be overwhelmed and just fall out. It's gonna be an emergency. And your brain makes you think that it's gonna be a disaster. So you have to replace that thought with the correct thought. And the correct thought is me going to this happy hour is not going to kill me. Okay? Me going to this social setting is not going to kill me. I'm okay. I feel anxiety inside of me, but this anxiety is not life threatening. It's just an uncomfortable feeling of anxiety. Think about everything that you can gain through connection. What's at stake, what you can possibly gain is it's more valuable than the comfort of staying inside your house. What you can gain. Just like I met those doctors yesterday. It's great people to have in your network, great people to be able to know and recognize. You just never know where they can invite you to. And then the woman who graduated from my high school, she's a few years older than me, so I didn't know her. She might have knew my brother though. She might have knew my brother, but she was like, "Oh yeah, sometimes we get together, moms and stuff like that, and we have wine or we may go out to eat." I don't have anybody that I know that, like that over here. Because I told y'all the lady that got me into the other group was this other older white lady that took a liking to me. So, um, everything positive that happened to me yesterday, like getting that pharma sales rep number, and she went to my high school, like, I know she would look out for me more than she would look out for other people because we went to the same school. So if I wouldn't have changed my attitude, I would have never met her. You see what I'm saying? If I would have just said, "Oh, I'm overwhelmed. I'm going to go home," I would not have met her. A lot of times salespeople, when they do like pharma and stuff, they get event tickets, they get sporting event tickets, they get invited to charity functions and stuff like that. They get tickets to give to doctors, and sometimes the doctors aren't able to take advantage of those tickets, or they have extra. You never know when someone may just call you, "Hey, I got a ticket to the baseball game. Do you want to go? Or could you use these?" You just never know. But if you don't ever put yourself out there, or if you allow your emotions, if you allow your negative emotions to keep you small, then you don't get to play big. They will shrink you, make you shrink. And I thought to myself, like, if anything else, even if however way I feel, I could also just pretend that I own this place. I can pretend that nobody knows anything about me. I can just pretend that I own this place if that's going to help me feel like I belong, or whatever I need to tell myself to just be here and enjoy my environment. And the interesting thing, like the doctor that came up to talk to me, and then the pharma lady, they came up to me. I didn't approach them, you know, just through smiling and enjoying myself. They came to me. I attracted them to me. You see what I'm saying? They came up to me and started talking to me. And so when I was in this line for this, I don't know what we were in. I was in line to get something, and I was thinking, when I get out of this line, I'm gonna go sit down and feel sorry for myself. And I was like, well, if I do that, I can. But if I do that, I just don't, like, who would want to talk to someone that's moping? You would probably think, oh gosh, that person looks really sad. Maybe I should leave them alone. Or maybe you just never, like, you don't think to yourself to approach someone who's just moping. Hey, Sissy Asia, you don't think to yourself to go approach them. Typically I think if people are happy and, you know, content and at peace, I think that that's more of an attractive energy. So that is my story time that I wanted to share with y'all. Um, I think I'm about to go to the library right now. I think I'm gonna go to the library, turn in some books and get some more books for my little one. That's what I think I'm gonna do. So I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll talk soon. Peace and love.